Nice Micro Monday. Is it hypocritical to post your free software absolutist content on YouTube? This is an argument I've got into with some people on the internet, and as we know, arguments over the internet are very, very useful. And so the topic was that if you are really a free software absolutist, someone who is talking about how free software is superior to proprietary software, you may even call proprietary software proprietary garbage, and you might even make fun of proprietary software developers. Maybe you crack some jokes at the expense of the users of proprietary software, but then you upload your videos on YouTube, which is an absolutely proprietary platform. How are you kind of dealing with this ambivalence? Is this really a contradiction of using YouTube, which is a proprietary platform, versus trying to push free software as an absolute alternative to proprietary things? And I think in the case of specifically YouTube, so what you have to think about is that when you are discussing the ethics of proprietary software versus free software, the most important thing is always that the user has the right to know what his or her computer is doing when they run this software. And this might not be, perfectly applicable to situations when you use a website, because I know that, on modern websites, there is much more going on the website, or rather on the client side or client side. So you download the website and it's not just the server that generates you like a static site that your computer only has to just show to you. These websites might contain, a lot of client side proprietary code. So in that respect, YouTube does not really respect your freedoms that way. If I don't know exactly what kind of client-side things YouTube run on your computer, but in this respect, if you are creating the proprietary or you're creating the content which is placing free software at like the highest pedestal and then try to get rid of all proprietary software from your life, then of course using YouTube might seem like, I guess, a contradiction, or maybe make you a hypocrite. But I think it's not really the case, because if you are aware of all the risks and dangers that YouTube poses to you, and then you can use like a computer that you only use for that purpose. And so I personally always promote separating, things to maybe different hardware even. So I would always say that there is no issue with using proprietary software for work, because for work you are just contracting with another company, and you use the product that that company made for a specific purpose, and you don't expect, that your personal information would be compromised on your work computer, because you should separate your work things from your personal things. So these kind of things. And you, of course, if you are a business person and you have a very big secrets, business secrets or corporate secrets that you are very you have to be very careful about, then of course this is how you should also compartmentalize maybe your work network. So which computer would be running free software only, which has to be really secure, and you have to be really careful that your data does not get leaked, and you use the other computers with the proprietary software, which does not have direct access to that. And, when you are a business, that's always very different than when you are just a regular person. And when you are trying to make money on YouTube and just producing videos for like in kind of a more professional setting, then of course you are using YouTube as a business. And this is how you should approach, I guess, when you are uploading your videos there, that you have to know that this is a proprietary platform, and maybe you have to sandbox your web browser so it does not access your personal data without your knowledge and things like that. And the thing is that, for example, a lot of people who are into this free software thing, they don't just upload to YouTube. So you cannot even make the argument that, well, they force their viewers to use this proprietary garbage platform by uploading there, because most of these people will upload to other platforms which are more freedom respecting. Some people will even, self-host their own personal federated video sharing instance where people can watch their videos in a totally free software platform. So I guess you cannot really call that hypocrisy. But the thing is that why people take on the so-called the risk of using this proprietary platform, YouTube, is not really because YouTube is, paying people such a lot of money that it's just worth, selling out, basically. But the thing is that YouTube is technically the biggest video platform, and it is the easiest thing. It's just the law of laziness, I guess, that you want your videos to be found and you don't want to spend too much time. So you already spend probably a lot of time making your videos. If you're not like me, who just talks into a camera and just uploads it. Well, even I do a little more work than that on it. But in any case, most people put in effort making their videos, and then they put in effort to edit them and, make them watchable, I guess. And then after that, if you are not using a platform like YouTube, you would have to try to promote it on a lot of channels. But while on YouTube, it is much easier to get some organic growth because YouTube just has such a large viewership, and the YouTube algorithm works, although it works in mysterious ways, and we can criticize how it works all day long. But the fact remains that YouTube does a lot of work for you when it comes trying to popularize your channel, your videos. And in my case, for example, if these free software absolutists would never put their videos on YouTube, I would have never really become a free software proponent myself. So I guess even if YouTube is a bad platform from the viewpoint of the free software absolutist or the free software proponent, it is still an effective way to find new people you can convince that they should care about these issues. So the people who just watch YouTube because YouTube is the biggest video platform and that is the place where they can find hours of content they enjoy, then putting your video there is kind of a good idea. So these people start to see what's the problem with the way they find and consume that content. So I guess it is even a very good idea of putting these videos on YouTube. And I don't really think that it makes anyone a hypocrite to use the best platform available for spreading your message. You just have to be, able to control the risks for yourself and bring awareness of these risks to other people so other people can also think for themselves, and based on the new knowledge that they acquired from you, based on the new interests they got in free software, they can also manage their own risks. So I think this is why it is not really hypocritical to use proprietary platforms to talk about your free software absolutist views. And this will, of course, be the same for not just YouTube, but if you are going on Reddit trying to promote your viewpoints and you know that Reddit is this type of platform and you manage your risks over there, then I don't think that's hypocritical either. So that's Macro Monday. Find me on my social media and leave a comment if you disagree with me. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more content, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.